I'm from Armiet College. I'm studying my final year, 7th. I have come here to attend the campus drive of this lab. I have completed my aptitude test now. It was a bit difficult compared to the other companies. I have, with my knowledge, it is the third placement drive that has been conducted. Our college aims to place every student before they are graduated. And everyone should be placed in a better company for their future aspects. Hello, myself. My name is Manal Shetty. I recently completed my graduation EIT 2019. In my college, the campus placements are really very good. I have got a placement here in marketing field. The company's name was Visiting Boats Private Limited. I think that this college usually provides placements, and also it provides internships to students during their third year, and it's very good college. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome all to Armiet's Achieve Young Dynamic Youth Conclave, leaders from the Generation Z. Friends, we started this as 5 days learning session. We are on 4th day and hope everyone is enjoying the learnings from the young leaders who are coming from across countries. And friends, today we have a friend from South Africa. Yes. And his name is Kagisco Rangaka. And he is going to talk about power of mind. But before that, let me just introduce our friend Kagisco. He is also known by the name Dr.LetMeTalk. He is the founder chairman of Dr.LetMeTalk group, which works in South Africa for having the calibers of both and men to get equal opportunity and eradicate the issues. He is having technical skills of critical thinking, creative thinking, crisis solving skills, organizational skills, Friends, he is author, motivational speaker, life coach, and an entrepreneur also. And mostly he is proud of, is a core founder, founded a creative art educational program which impacted 35,000 learners in 2016. And he has traveled around 4 countries in 6 months. Friends, with this, let's welcome our friend from South Africa, Kagisco Rangaka. Welcome. Namaste.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Namaste.
Namaste.
How are you?
I'm very good. And how are you, sir?
Good, good. We can start your presentation.
Oh, thank you very much. Namaste, namaste. My name is Kagisco, as it's been said. Thank you very much for the invitation and the opportunity for me to be part of Armiet's live webinar. This is very a great opportunity that I'm looking forward to explore with you. Let me extend my thanks to on my side to the team, my technical team, this side, who are helping me to live stream this this session. The team that I'm working with, which is Think Space. I'm at their studio, by the way, Think Space. I am also with the Creative Mapping Project from this side, and thanks to them, looking also to thank Peculiar Creatives. In this day, as you called me in today, we're looking at the power of the mind. That's the question. Maybe we can ask ourselves a question: what is this power? One thing I can tell you is that even myself, let me say, I don't know what this power is, but what I know is this power exists and is doing great and amazing things out there. Even for myself, I've experienced it on my own self. We need to know what is the power of the mind. Let's get into our first slide, then we can actually understand this power of the mind that we're talking about. It is said that the power of the mind, first of all, in actual fact, we need to understand the mind. So now, the mind, it's made up of a set of thinking faculties that we actually have. Also made up of cognitive faculties such as consciousness. Consciousness, it's you being able to know what is wrong or right. Imagination, it's the ability to create images in your mind. Perception, it's being able, the ability to notice and really understand. And we're coming out to thinking. Thinking, I love to actually simply say it as thinking is as simple as using your mind. Maybe you're creating ideas also. Then we do have judgment. People mostly usually say people become judgmental to them. I'm very sad to say that's one of the cognitive aspects of the mind that one needs to use because of everyone has their own opinions. Language will be a set system of communication that people use in countries, different countries. We have different systems of communication of languages that we use. Might be in writing, it might be spoken, and as such, memory. Memory, I can just compare it just as in today's days as a USB or a memory stick or computer memory. That's the power of the mind. The mind is able to record memory in its own self. You are able even to remember. People will usually remember things of 15 years ago that happened 15 years ago. So it shows you what power the mind has. So, however, in that, what strikes me about the power of the mind, it's one as this that we need to look into, that the mind has the power or the ability to operate 10 quadrillion operations per second. That is known as 10 to the power 15. That's like 1,000 trillions that we actually have. So the mind has the power to do that in a second. You might be asking yourself, what is those that the mind is able to do? At this point in time, you are able to perception. You are able to see me. And now I'm speaking, you are able to hear me, senses. I'm hearing senses. Now I'm cascading information and your mind is pursuing for understanding. That's what the mind is doing. In the morning, you woke up and you were stretching your muscles, standing up and walking. That's the ability that the mind is doing. And it does not mean when you wake up and you getting out from your bed, your breathing stops or your heartbeat stops so as you can start working. It is able to do all those at once per second. I mean, like you have saliva in yourself, you have your tongue moving inside of your mouth. Do you understand all those things that you actually do? And you have the perfect blood pressure that the mind is creating to keep you alive. So that's the 10,000, some of the 10,000 quadrillion operations that the mind has. And the mind do that through the neural pathways that it has created in the brain. It is able to carry out all those operations through that. But the question may be, where exactly do we find this power, and what is the essence of the power, and what part of the brain, of the mind, is actually taking care of the responsibilities to perform all those? Let us explore that in our next slide as we move along, that we can able to understand. I'm looking here in our slide. I believe that all of you can see there the conscious mind. It is said that we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is only responsible for 5% of our brain. The subconscious mind, it's responsible for 95% of our brain. That's how scientists have concluded the mathematical records and findings about the power of the mind, how it is actually shared. Let's move to the next slide so as we can be able to explore between these two. Exploring into these two, we're looking at logic, reasoning, creativity. In this side, allow me to actually say this. I don't know if you knew this, that when you go to sleep, it is your conscious mind that goes to sleep. But guess what? The subconscious mind does not go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you rest the mind. You rest logic, your reasoning, creativity. All these three rest at night. But the 95% is not. In this code that I've shared with you here, let's look into this. I'm saying to think is to do. Think about what you're thinking, for thinking regulates action. You might want to know, how did I come up with this code here? This is how it happened. In my background check or my history check of my journey in life, this is what happened. In 2013, in actual fact, I was the president, RCL president of my school, and in secondary school, by the way. In it, I was the president, and I so thought myself and seeing myself as a great advocate for the learners, and that had connected me to becoming more inclined to having interest in becoming a lawyer. So I opted into applying for law. I went to study. I actually went to study law in Northwest University, one of the great universities that is known here in South Africa, and Vile Triangle campus. Then it is about, I think it took me only a semester to realize that I have made wrong footing in life. This is not who I wanted to be. I know that many can say, no, man, there's been many stories of you people who want to drop out and say, no, you did wrong footing and whatsoever. But I'm telling you the truth, at that point in time, I was there and had to actually drop out of school, of law degree, by the way, and it wasn't easy, but I dropped out. Then the question is, what really happened afterwards? I stayed in my apartment where I was staying there in school, and I start to think. I start to put my mind into what has happened, what caused what happened, and what is the way moving forward. So I stayed there for a period about 3 months, not going back home, by the way. I think the shame was still there to say, no, you cannot go back home. People in your community have perceived you as this great person who's going to become a lawyer and all that. So I sought to stay in my apartment and think things through. I'm telling you, when I received calls from my friends, my language had changed. When they would ask, what is it that you're doing? Always I would say, I'm thinking. And I kept on responding, I'm thinking, for a period of 3 months to friends and even to family, some of them, up until to a point whereby then I had to discover myself. Self-discovery, it's rapture. It's when you realize your potential, your power, where your greatness comes from. So I realized that I'm a great speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm a life coach. I'm meant to speak, of which that's what I've been doing for over the years before I went to university, by the way. So that's when the name Dr. Let Me Talk was born. After 3 months of thinking, I had to sit down there, think about it, to say, fine, I'm going to speak. But what is it that set me apart from other speakers out there? Then this name came and I had to look into it. Why Dr. Let Me Talk? Dr. Let Me Talk, by the way, it's made out of my surname, which is Rangaka, as he has said it. Rangaka simply means a male doctor. So I took the meaning of my surname and the profession in the medical practitioners, doctor, to putting it together, and my ability of speaking and juxtaposing it all together, and then the name Dr. Let Me Talk was born. Hence why I'm saying to think is to do. Think about what you're thinking, for thinking regulates action. After I got the name, guess what I started doing? I dropped out of university and I went there to put my document and set the record straight to say, I'm no longer doing law. I'm meant to be a speaker. I'm meant to speak to people. I'm meant to talk, T-A-L-K. It's to transfer all living knowledge according to Dr. Let Me Talk. That's what I'm made to do. And I dropped out and I went into schools. I created business cards for myself. I went into schools, I went into churches, I went into rehab centers. I said, I want to speak. All I wanted to do was to stand before people and speak. To think is to do. Think about what you're thinking. That 5%, it also makes sense. It plays a part to the 100% that the mind has. Let's explore the 95% in the next slide, please. Now we get into the subconscious mind. What? 95%. What might want to know? Who's the boss? I think this is where most of the power is coming from. 95% responsibility. The subconscious mind takes care of the 95% of our bodies. When the conscious mind is going to sleep, the subconscious mind does not go to sleep. It operates continuously. In actual fact, it operates non-stop. It operates 860,400 seconds a day. It operates 24 hours a day. It operates 7 days a week. It operates 365 days a year, non-stop. When you go to sleep, the subconscious mind is there. It's set with the responsibility of perceptions. Your beliefs come from your subconscious mind. Your attitude comes from your subconscious mind. Your routine, thoughts, and feelings, associated memories, conditioned responses, they are from your subconscious mind. Your heart wires behaviors, they are from your subconscious mind. Emotional reactions, they are from your subconscious mind. Your habits, they are from your subconscious mind. This is what I say, and even your skills from your subconscious mind. I say in this code that I've put here, I said, an Aristotle mind is the law of attraction deployed on possibilities rather than impossibilities. Okay, fine, I'm talking about Aristotle. Wow, a man of a school of thought, Aristotle. The student of Plato. Plato is the student of Socrates. These are people, one of the people that I revere most, who understood and who knew this power of the mind, that it works. And look at the greater achievement that they have achieved, or they have attained or obtained. They did great things in life because of they had to understand that the power that is the mind is all in the subconscious mind. But there's one limitation that I have actually realized about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is lacking to actually distinguish between real thought and true happening of something. Okay, fine. This is what happens. Remember when you're sleeping that the subconscious mind is not sleeping? Let's talk about nightmares. Maybe people who know nightmares, who have had one. Maybe some of you had one. Have you woken up from a nightmare? When you wake up from a nightmare, when you become conscious, when you tap back into the conscious mind, when it becomes on, your body is, even your emotions are responding to what happened in the subconscious mind, where you were not aware, where your body was not in. It responds to it. So this simply means that is the limitation that the subconscious mind has. It cannot distinguish between the real thing or the real thing and not real things. Let's move into the next slide, please. Aligning your thoughts with the subconscious mind by reprogramming it, and you will succeed. I'm going to say this again. I want you to align your thoughts, that 5% consciousness, that 5% consciousness. I want you to align it with the subconscious mind by reprogramming it, and you will succeed. Maybe you're asking yourself, Doctor, how about you go further into that and explaining what is it that you mean? We want to understand what you mean. Please, Doc. Okay, fine. I'm going to spare you the good news and go into it. Let's kindly move into the next slide as we get to understand how do we reprogram our mind and aligning it to the subconscious mind so as we can get to succeed. Wake up with an agenda. Okay, fine, Doc. Where does sleeping and agenda meet? Maybe you're asking that question. Sleeping is sleeping. Agenda is an agenda. I think people who love sleep are the ones who are actually contesting this, to say, no, we have to sleep. Some people say we have to sleep and all, they love sleep. People love sleep, it's okay. Fine. Sleeping and agenda goes together. How? This is how they go together. Waking up with an agenda. You cannot wake up with an agenda without it being preceded by a routine that you do the night before. You can't. So now this is what you do. You have to do. Maybe you're coming up with some norms, or let me say a routine that you have created for yourself that you do each and every night. This is what I do time and again before I get to do something. This is what I do. I plan the day tomorrow. I write things down. I plan it. I put that to say, okay, fine. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. Like this morning when I came here, I had to travel from my hometown to the other side of town. By the way, remember that now, India, where you are now, you are 3 hours, 30 minutes ahead of us. So I had to plan to say, you know what, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. South African time for me to be able to move to the other side of town. And I wanted to say, when I arrived there, we will start to do our technical runs and all that. I planned the day and I submitted that to the subconscious mind when I was going to bed yesterday, when I was going to rest my body. And that's how I planned the day, and it has unfolded in that manner. It might not be exactly as I wrote it down or unfolded with the same times, but it unfolded exactly how I actually saw it. What you think about, you bring about. Simple as that. Your thoughts are creators. They create things. That's how you do it. So another one, second one, review your goals each and every night before you go to sleep. You might have a vision board. You might have written things down. Please go there, read them time and again, read your visions. If you have visions, go in there time and again and read. It is said that people perish because of the lack of visions. So don't perish because of the lack of vision. Be into your vision, reading it time and again, and understand where you're going with life. You are attracting it as you're reading it and you're revising it time and again. Gratitude. I would want you to go down and being thankful each and every night before you go to sleep. Many know it as talking to the greater power above themselves or within themselves. Many know it as even the culture, the religion cultures or traditions that have been formed, different of them, you know them. You know it as being praying. Some say we call it to pray. That's the tradition culture, we call it to pray. When we're talking to the subconscious mind, we're calling it gratitude. We're giving gratitude. We're giving thanks. Do you understand? So now you should thank. This is what I do. I've started this thing of sending SMSs, thanking people who have made my day successful, people who have added to my course of the day. I send them SMSs to say thank you and all that. I send message to my partner. I send messages to my mother. You understand? People who have contributed to the success of my day, you understand, into the agenda of the previous day or the day that I've been in currently. And ask. The last one, ask into this chapter. I want you to ask. Be like a child. What I've realized, and here, even here in the studio just now, child of one of my partners here in business, I've been looking at her. She asked without them thinking about, am I going to get it? Is my father or my mother going to give it to me? Children don't care when they come to ask. They don't care if you have the ability or you don't. They just ask. So simple as you, when you get before you go to sleep, ask. Tell the subconscious mind what you're looking for. Tell it what you want. Many say you ask God. Said, ask and it shall be given to you. Come with that approach. That's what I do. When we go to God, we say, God, we ask. Don't worry about the how you gonna get it. That's none of your business. Just know the what. If you can know what is it that you want? Do you want a car? Do you want a degree? Do you want to finish your engineering degree? Do you want to finish your studies or you want to complete it in this time? You want your master's or your honors or your PhD in what you're doing in college or in school? Just ask. Simple as that. That's waking up with an agenda. And tomorrow you will see that the subconscious mind will help you achieve it. Let's move into the next slide as we learn further. We need to learn about the truth about time. Okay, fine. It's 24 or nothing. Remember, I told you that the subconscious mind, it is responsible for 95% of what is happening in your mind. So 95% and it not stopping. It's continuous. It's not stopping. So even time does not stop. So you need to be not wasting time. Don't waste time. Never waste time. I tell people that I have a problem with people who waste time. You've been told that time wasted can never be regained. True that, it can never be. Let me tell you something. If I would have wasted time and did not wake up at 5 a.m. this morning so as I can prepare and in a good time for this presentation, I would have missed the 3 hours, 30 minutes Indian time that is ahead of South African time. So you shouldn't waste time. Don't waste time. When you get even an opportunity, grab it and put all your energy into it and do what you have to do in the day, even in your agenda that you have set, because you need to wake up with an agenda. That's what you need to do. So it's 24 or nothing. So number two, it's all of us are granted same opportunity. Guess what? All of us are granted same opportunity. The problem is, not the problem in actual fact, but the difference it is at how we approach the opportunities that we've been given, the 24 that the God, the empirical power that is upon us that has given us. So some decide to be lazy. They decide to sleep. It is said that he who loves to sleep and the folding of arms, poverty will set upon them in the night, like a thief in the night. So it's your problem if you decide to sleep. It's not a problem. You need to rest. We're no longer calling it sleep. Don't sleep. We call it rest. You just need to rest. Many people have been told to say we need to sleep 8 hours. It's fine. That's the great advice that we've been given. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't do no 8 hours sleep. I don't do that. I do about 2 hours, 4 hours max. That's what I do. You just need the conscious mind to rest. That's all that you need. Let's go down to you are your own timekeeper. It's 24 or nothing. Remember, we've been given the same opportunity. No one is going to take care of how you spend your time, how you're taking care of your time, what you do during the day. If you decide to be with your friends while you are supposed to study, it's your business. That's how it is. You need to respect time. That's how it is. I remember now in one of the people who actually taught me and have really caused me to dip in this thing of respecting time. It's one of my mentors that I had when we started with this program called Creative Education South Africa. We started with it in 2015. When I met this man, he's called, his name is Thomas. Not the Thomas of the Christian Bible, not that one. The Thomas that I know, he's that one who will fire. He fires people. If you don't respect time, and he tells you time and again, at the last opportunity that he gives you, he will fire you. So learn that people who come and waste your time, learn to fire them. But with myself, I don't fire no one, I fire myself. If I see that your energy is here to waste my time, I leave. Simple as that. Let's go to the next slide, please. Thank you very much. Make things happen. APD. Come on, guys. Come on. Armiet College students, I want you to APD, action per day. Make things happen. That's what is important. That's what is important. After you get an agenda, when you get to the day, now you have understood time that is 24 or nothing. You understand the essence of time and connected to the power of the mind and of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. You go in there with knowing that it is not easy. No one said it is going to be easy. It has never been easy. We can get, if you want to, you can start and maybe text or tweet to Donald Trump. You can tweet to Cyril Ramaphosa. You can tweet to your known great people in your country and asking them how had it been, how was the journey. They will tell you it is not supposed to be easy at all. You would want to get into the books of the old and understand how Aristotle did it. You would want to know into the old books and get to understand how Muhammad Gandhi did it. you would want to understand all those, that it was not easy. It is all about full responsibility. You take all the responsibility, you put it in yourself. It's your business, it's none of our business. Each and everyone has their own agendas. So it is like when we wake up in the morning, we're coming out with our own different agendas. This simply means that we're coming out with different energies that is trying to attract success to themselves. So now it is your own responsibility. Your agenda is your own responsibility, not somebody's responsibility. The word responsibility is made out of two words. The ability is made out of ability and response. So when you're taking responsibility for your agenda, this simply means you have the ability to respond. That's how it goes. Last one. Many know this, the last one as push. Push. Cultural traditions of churches and religion. Push. We pray until something happens. That's what many have taught us. I've been taught that. But as I go and understood that in the world, this is what you do. Mine is push. F-U-S-S-H. You focus until something happens. Never lose focus. Be there, be into it. Never lose focus. You gotta stay there until something happens. If you're practicing that mathematics and you're not getting things right, you need to do it again. If you're not getting the equation right, do it one more time. Focus until something happens. Focus until you get it. Focus until your neural pathways accept that and you're getting it. That's how the subconscious mind works. That's how the power of the mind works. Focus until something happens. Let's move into the next slide, please. I would love to ask to get to questions and answers. I've heard many say that he who don't ask questions and thinks he knoweth everything is a fool. Thank you. May we get to questions, please, if you will.
Wonderful, Kagisco. You have been high on energy and really motivated in your session.
Thank you, sir. I'm humbled.
Yeah, I'm taking a question. The first question is, how can I get in touch with my higher mind and increase consciousness?
How can you get in touch with your higher mind and increase consciousness? Wow. I spoke of the subconscious mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. I believe that your higher mind is the subconscious mind. That's the higher greatness of you, because of it does not stop at any time. It's there always. It's non-stop, 365 days a year. It's always there. So this is how you can connect to it. I said to think is to think about what you're thinking. It does not mean that the conscious mind does not play a role anywhere. 5% of the conscious mind, 95% of the subconscious mind, they make 100. So you need not to think that they are enemies. The subconscious mind is not your enemy. He's your ally. So you take your conscious mind and connect it to the subconscious mind, meaning you think whatever you're thinking, putting out, hitting it subconscious mind. Maybe you're dreaming, maybe you were sleeping yesterday night, and you woke up, and hence why when we wake up, this is what we say. Many say this. They say, I had a dream last night. They are the Malcolm X's of our time, because Malcolm X, he said, I have a dream in his speech. He did not say I had. The difference with you and him is that it's the current or futuristic and past tense. Because when you say I had a dream, this simply means that your conscious self was not going through that. You had to get to your memory, thinking, and trying to connect to what happened last night. This simply means that the subconscious mind was continually busy. It was taking you through things. It was taking you to things that you were not aware of. So you always have to think about your dreams. You always have to think about what the subconscious mind is going, the energies around. That's how you connect. Never separate them. They are allies, not enemies.
Thank you. The next question we have is, how can I overcome my negative thinking and like dealing with failures fear and lack of confidence.
Great stuff. Okay. Negativity. I say to people, if it is important for us to always understand and visit our language. By language, I have two languages for that. I have the language of life, and the language of death. Might be God, the devil. The language that you use, the power of the tongue. There's also the power of the tongue. I know that it's not of today. The words that you say also form what ye shall become. It is important for you to check the words that you say time and again. And know this. The minute you say, I'm getting into confidence now, and also degrading yourself and being negative and drawing negative energy to yourself. If I say, I am stupid, guess what? You are stupid. You are correct. You are stupid. You know why? That's what you believe. That's not what I believe. That's what you said about yourself. But you say, I am intelligent, I'm wise. That's what you believe. You're going to get that. What you say after I am will come looking for you during the day. It always runs after you. Guess what? This is what I say about myself always. I'm important, I'm talented, I'm wise, I can do it, I am intelligent. And guess what? You are my friends. They say, show me your friends, and now what? I will tell you your future. So I believe that we can become, we are good, we are confident people. We're not fearing. Don't fear anything. Here's the thing. Never try to kill fear. Don't kill it. Fear is only caring for you to say, if really that what you're looking for will not kill you. Most of the times fear comes when we want change, when we're looking forward for things to change, new things. Fear is fearing for the new. It's guarding for you for the new things that are to come. Don't kill it. Take fear. Tell him to move with you, but never give fear the steering wheel. Never give fear the steering wheel, because you will not go anywhere. Because of it will keep you at one place. Fear will always tell you, what if you don't make it? What if you're not meant for this? What if you won't be able to? That's fear. Thank you.
I'm taking separate question. Can you share something from your life, one challenging situation, and you overcame that?
Okay, great. Disappointment. The really great life was the disappointment, which led me to nervous breakdown twice. Where I had made out and took all the efforts with friends, I took all the efforts to build this great idea, build this great business, build this great initiative. And when things started looking good, and now we were getting money and funding and all of those, I was stripped aside. I was fraudulently robbed, was put aside. And it hit me because I spent all my energy, my conscious self in it, my subconscious self in it, that I had to start all over again. Disappointment is abound, but never allow disappointment to destroy you, because it is abound. It will happen day in, day out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. One question has come is, what are the best things we can do to keep our mind sharp? or to increase our consciousness.
What are the best things to keep our mind sharp? That will increase our conscious. Great. Most of the time, this is as simple as this. I've said that what you think about, you bring about. Always see the bright things of things. Yes, I know. I've been told to be a realist. Say, but this is what I see. Yes, this is what I see. I know the situation is this, but always go and find the positive side of situations. Number one, that's what you need to do. The positive side of situations. That's what you need to do. Time and again, remind yourself of the pictures or the images, the visions that you want to see yourself in. Always visit them. You are sharpening your mind as you do that. That's what you need to do. What you feed your mind is very important. What you read, what you're watching on your televisions, what you're watching on your phones, technology side, what you consume there is very important. If you consume much more of the negative, guess what? That's what you're coming out to. That's what you're attracting to yourself. So what you spend most of your time doing, you become. So it is said that in one of the quotes, it says that what a man thinketh, so how as a man thinketh, so is he. So how you think of yourself, that's how you're going to become. So keep it sharp by thinking the positive things, even when bad things happen in life. I'm not saying negatives are not going to be there. They are always going to be there. But see the positive, find the positive in the midst of it all. After what happened, all the things, my disappointment that happened, I found myself, I had to see the positive out of this. To focus at myself, rebuilding myself. And now today I'm here speaking now. I'm even an international speaker, speak international. And thank you to Armiet to making me one of the international speakers. Now I'm speaking at Armiet. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to go your last slide you want to talk about.
Yes, sir. Wow, great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for inviting me, by the way. As I said, gratitude. Thank you very much. Now there's a word that I came about. T-A-T-A-B-A. Tataba. In Tswana, we will say tataba, but it's tataba. What you think about and you think about, you bring about. Think it, be thankful for it, and you will attract it. We are like magnets. Whatever that we think and we talk about, we become thankful about, we bring it to ourselves. Yeah, somebody may say, what about that ordeal that I had? What about that incident that I had, the accident? Guess what? Can I be a little bit in your face? You brought it upon yourself. You thought about it. Excuse me for being in your face, but I had to. Whatever that you think about and thinking about, you bring about. As simple as that. Tataba. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Last message to India. One message to India.
Thank you.
One message to India.
One message to India.
Yeah.
This will be the message of appreciation. India, thank you very much. I love you and admire you. I admire the Indians, by the way. I think I've attracted this. I've been saying to people, I admire the Indians. Good people. I love your brains. I admire what you have in here. I admire how you do things. And one of them that I admire most is how you are driven to make money.
Okay.
Indians make money. I admire you. And you know math. admire you. Thank you very much, India. Namaste, you're blessed.
Namaste from India once again.
Namaste from South Africa.
And we had loved South Africa many times. If while playing cricket, always it was the dream match we could see. So a lot of connections with South Africa. And thank you once again, Kagisco Rangaka, Dr. Let Me Talk, for sparing your time and conducting today's session, Power of Mind.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone has enjoyed in India watching you live, learnings from you. So from the entire team of Armiet College of Engineering Technology, the students, the parents, the professor, the staff, the trustees, the chairmen, from all of you, big thank you to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Friends, we are coming towards the end of our web series, Armiet College Achieve Young. Tomorrow we have our last session, and we have a friend coming from Georgia, Mr. Angad Daryani, and he'll be talking about being the best youngest CEO. Thank you everyone for watching. Follow our social media handlers on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.